Well, it's starting to rain, quite heavy now. So, gotta pull all this camera gear away. Don't want it to get wet. Because it's got that big fluffy thing on top of that mic there, and they call it a dead cat, so I'm not sure what happens if it gets wet. But, this is all part of what we do. Thing is, I don't have my van today, it's in getting a warrant, and I got Annie's car, and I don't want 3 wet dogs in her car. She'll get mad if I get it too dirty. But anyway, we'll see what happens. We're just sheltering from the rain at the moment. Don't know if you can see the rain go across there. It's coming in for sure. Welcome back. We're stuck in the car because it's really wet out there, and we're in a really small space because we're in Annie's car and the van's off getting its yearly warrant and whatever has to be done to it, it's all good. But not an ideal situation to be in when you have 3 dogs in this tiny space, and we're gonna be here all day. Even if it stops raining, I can't really get the dogs out where they usually go because I don't want to mess up Annie's car too much. So she was good enough to let us have her car for the day, so I guess I better look after her, otherwise she mightn't give it again. But anyway, I'll show you the dogs if I can. And Tammy's at the back there in the boot. Haven't heard a peep from the dogs since they've been in there. But that's our day. It's all part of what we do. All day, every day. Well, we've been sitting here for just on 2 hours and the rain hasn't stopped whatsoever. Actually, it seems to be getting worse, so I don't know, we might have to admit defeat and head back to the house, because I really don't want to walk wet dogs around. If we had the van, we'd be out walking, but I don't want to walk the dogs around in this weather and put them back in Annie's car. So, never know. We'll see. We'll give it another hour or so and see what happens. Well, we managed to get out of the car, and it's still raining a bit heavy, but the dogs have to get out. They have to eat. So I got the black and white camera out because it's just too wet for the other camera. But anyway, that's our progress so far on a wet day in a tiny little car. Never know what happens. We're going to go for a walk anyway. Might as well. One of the bonuses of having calm dogs is that they know what you want. They haven't been out of the car for about 2.5 hours, but I don't want them walking out in the rain, so they just stay around under here. They just seem to know. It's the way it is. When you have the ability to get dogs nice and calm. Anyway, just about back at the little walker. Well, and he's just showed up with the van, and good to have the van back. Well, that's us. We're back in the van, and I'll show you what the van looks like without all the gears in it. So we'll get back, put it all back in, ready for another year. The warrant only costs $77, and he said so that was pretty good after a year of use, and the warrant only costs that much. Pretty good. But anyway, now the year starts for us in the van. More adventures, you never know what happens. So I think that's a wrap for us today, and what's good to show you guys is that even though we had a pretty unbalanced day, you know, we were in a new car and dogs aren't used to that sort of stuff, or even now, but when they're calm it doesn't really matter what you do. The dogs are just well behaved, perfectly behaved all day long, and as you can see they're back in the van now. So thanks for joining us on a day that's not usually routine for us, but all good. We'll be back at it again tomorrow.